Hello, everyone. Thank you for your patience. Today is National Entrepreneurs Day at the time of this recording. So, I decided to do a different kind of video today on entrepreneurship and, something that we probably thought about at one time or another. And that is whether or not we should be hiring our family members. So, I am going to answer a question that I got on a post. So let me see if I can pull it up now because I did ask my audience like if they had any questions about hiring family members. So I'm going to try to pull it up now. So I'm going to share my screen like this. And okay, so I did get a question from Tasia. She said, should you make up an official contract and have them sign it? So if you don't know, she is a business owner. So follow her at Mod Curls on Instagram and Facebook. And so I will be getting into that first before I go into, my story with hiring people that were like family to me. Okay, so that was my note. Sorry. Let's see. Stop sharing. Cool. All right, so let's see. Yeah, so I do believe that you should have a contract in place, right? Because it is basically an agreement between you and your family member, and you should, know exactly what each other is going to do, what is expected of each other. So I started my career as a virtual assistant, like I did, social media at first for my church, and then I started getting clients. So I needed to have an agreement in place in order to make sure I got paid and make sure that the business owner got whatever they needed that they wanted. And so the same applies when you have family members because they'll take you more seriously when you ask them, hey, can you do this task? And they know that they're under a contract. So I will put a disclaimer out there. I'm not a lawyer. So, I'm not an accountant or any of that. So make sure that you either get some lawyer resources or speak with a lawyer in terms of building your own contract that is going to work for you and your business. So that's my disclaimer, but I will share some things that have helped me along the way. Yeah, so certain things that I appreciate in a contract would be, you know, either party can terminate their agreement, at any time, but they have to give, X 2 weeks notice or 3 weeks notice, something like that. So that way, you know, if the work relationship isn't working, then you can end it. So like I said, speak with a lawyer to see what you can put into your contract. But that was just one of the things that was in mind before. And so they do take you more seriously, like when you ask them to do a task. And so if they know that they're going to get paid for it, then that actually motivates them to want to do something. So let me get into this because this is a really hot topic. Should you pay your family members or not? And what I will say is, yes, you should pay your family members if you can, or you need to be able to barter something that is, equally valuable for them. So like it's different. Like if you have kids and you're like, hey, I want you to work in the business, you should be putting money to the side for them in the form of education or retirement or something that is going to pay them in the future, even if you can't pay them, this huge salary right now. But it needs to be something that's very valuable that's going to help them. So it's like, if they're living under your roof and you're, getting them everything that they need and stuff like that, but, you still want to give them an incentive for working for you. So that's what I would say about that. But you don't want, I mean, it's different. Like if the person is like, hey, you don't have to pay me right now. I'm just helping you build your business, but you still need to be able to compensate them in some shape or form so that they feel, motivated to keep working for you. Because let me tell you what happens when people feel like they are underpaid. When people feel like they're underpaid, they don't show up, they don't complete tasks on time. You're like wondering why something wasn't finished and it was due like months ago. You know, it's more than likely because of the pay. They don't feel as if your business is a priority for them. So you want to establish that, yes, my business is a priority. And if you work with me, both of us will be able to grow. So, that's a conversation that you need to have with, the family member. If you're asking them to do something for you, long term for your business, make sure that you're having a conversation. Okay, what is the compensation? Like, what are the tasks that are expected of me to complete? And what tasks do they need to do in order to propel your business? Because you don't want your business to be like dragging. You want to be able to just grow it. So I'm going to put up Sister Merlene's Green's brother Anthony. Thanks for joining. So yes, Sister Merlene, she is a tax preparer and bookkeeper. So she says, yes, you definitely should give them a contract ASAP. Oh, forgive me if I said that wrong. I don't think you're a tax preparer. Tax planning. Tax planning. Yes, that's what she does. So if you ever need tax planning for your business or bookkeeping, she's the person to go to. Okay, so another thing, you don't want to force your family members into trying to do things for you. So, I had this conversation with somebody a few days ago, and I was like, if I were to have kids and, I gave them the option to work with me on my businesses, I would ask them what they're interested in first. I wouldn't just be like, oh, I need this done, or I need you to fulfill this role. They may not be interested in it. So that's another factor that can hinder you from growing your business if you have somebody in a role that they're not qualified for, or that they're simply not interested in. So this is where you should be like googling and seeing if there are any like job descriptions. What do you specifically need right now? And you can see like if any family members are interested, and you can see if the person that you're looking to hire actually fits the description. Have them go through an application process. They're no different from anybody else. So you need to be able to, make sure that you're working efficiently and that the person is going to work efficiently. So give them the grace to see what is expected of them. What qualities do they specifically bring to the table in order to help you grow your business? I know a lot of applications have like, what is your personality type? Because there are so many, people out there that have very different learning styles, working styles, personality types. And that can get in the way of actually getting work done if, either party of the relationship is not, aware of what they're doing. They're not aware of what the other person is doing or how they work. They might be like, how come this isn't finished like this? Or how come you didn't do this like this? And it's because they have a different learning style. They have a different work style. So yeah, if you're just coming in, just share your thoughts on like whether or not you would hire your family member and why or why not. And then I'll read some of the comments, Lord willing, and feature them. But it's definitely like an important topic to discuss. So, those are just some tips that I have there as well. And now I'm going to share my personal experience with it. So, the friends that I work with, we are kind of in a family type of relationship. So you may identify with that. And so, I started with asking, can they do certain things like to help me? Like, for example, I had one of my friends help me film because I did YouTube vlogging before I got into social media marketing and stuff like that. I was just doing vlogging, YouTubing, my modest fashion or just different topics that I wanted to talk about. And I showed her what I learned from school, like how to film myself, film me doing certain things or talking or doing interviews. And she got great at it, So it's like you have to be able to train your family members as well. You can't expect them just to come in and, just do what you're asking them to do, especially if you didn't train them. So, something that businesses have are called standard operation procedures, and they help people flow so much easier because you're literally itemizing different things and how to do them, giving them little tutorials to be like, okay, this is how you format my emails. This is how you reply to customers when they ask this particular question. This is the process you go through if someone says that they lost their delivery. So if you are working by yourself and you're not really sure, when you're going to start hiring other people, or if you want to ask family members in the future to help you, make sure you have standard operation procedures either recorded, like you can record yourself like I am right now, just talking, be like, this is how you do this. And so you can also share your screen like I did a little bit earlier and just show them, how to do particular things. So that way, there's no discrepancy. They can get the work done as quickly as possible. You can give some time. I remember I checked out a training by Amy Porterfield, and she's in the online education industry, and she was saying how like she sets up her standard operation procedures, like she'll have the time that it takes to finish it, as well as what are the steps, basically a checklist to get things done. Your business will run so much easier when you don't have to physically sit down and talk to your family member, be like, okay, this is how you have to do this, blah blah blah. You could be talking to more customers or managing another part of the business while you have that family member helping you. So that is something that I wish that I did. I started doing like trainings because my one of my other friends, he wanted to start up Zoom and have Zoom meetings with the youth and stuff. So I showed him how to operate Zoom, how to schedule out, when a Zoom starts, and, what happens when you're in the Zoom. How can you change like different angles to make the meeting more interesting? So just like that, just itemizing different things and like how to do all of that, that will help you flow so much easier. Also, having a project management tool, I'm gonna plug Asana. I'm not gonna I'm not like an affiliate or anything, but I really do love asana.com. Like you've seen, like I probably use that for notes. I use that to plan out my social media. And you can use the same thing like to write out the different tasks that you expect your team members to do. And you can just show them, this is what you need to do. It's due by this date. Let me know if you have any questions, and then they can come on and comment on that task, and ask any questions if they have any questions, or tell you there's a problem, and you could just go in and help. It's a lot more organized than email, because emails can get lost, especially if you're getting a lot as a business owner. It could be hard to try to segment all of that kind of thing. So I would definitely suggest doing a project management tool so you all can see your progress as well. So if you are looking to hire family members or anybody else, make sure that you have standard operation procedures, you have deadlines on there. It's not something like a dream. Just make sure there's a deadline there. What are the steps to complete it so it actually motivates? All of this motivates your family members to help you grow your business. Also, there may be a certain time where you have to talk to certain family members if they're not helping you. Like if they said that they're going to help you with your business and you haven't heard from them in like 2 months, and it's like, hey, I asked you to do something like a few months ago. What happened there? So what I would say with that is don't let months go by. Like if you notice something, I would say, if it's a week out or 2 weeks and you're wondering like what's going on, communication is so important. It's hard when like two different people, like if they're supposed to be working together on something and one of them just disappears. Maybe something came up in their life where they just didn't want to open up to their other family member that has the business about what happened, or maybe they just forgot or something like that. Meanwhile, the business owner may be feeling like, "Oh, why haven't they finished this task? Like, do they hate me? Like, do they not want my business to be successful?" And it could not be that. Something could have just came up. So rather than waiting more for like the other person to come back to you, just try to talk to them and be like, hey, like, I know like what is your status on this particular task? What is your status on, the project we're working on? So you can be in constant communication. Zoom meetings are great. Phone calls are great, just to check in. I think doing like a weekly check in as well, depending on how busy your business is, you can just see how each other is doing, like in their general life or in the business as well. And once you get a flow, then you won't have to meet weekly. I remember I was working for one of my clients, and we had to have a weekly meeting just to iron and hash things out, like what we expected for her business. And so, now we're extremely busy. So we don't really meet that much, but we still communicate on a weekly basis through email or Asana, depending on what is needed. If you guys are getting value, please be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on what I've shared so far. This wasn't a waste of time. Just let me know. Let me know if you have any questions or any thoughts that you would like to share as well. But yes, the ultimate thing I would say as well, if you want to build a bona fide team of members, is you have to make sure that their vision aligns with your vision. So, a lot of people don't really think about their mission statement. The only time they think about their mission statement is if they're registering their business, um, or they just, put it on their website and forget about it. But you really want to understand the core pieces of your business. What are the core beliefs of your business? What is the essence of your business? Why is it so important that your business make it out there to more people? Why is it so important that your business continues to run past the 5-year mark, right? Because there's a statistic out there that a lot of businesses don't make it past 5 years, past 1 year. So why is it so important to you that your business makes it past 5 years? A lot of people don't think about it. So a lot of us just kind of like work in our business and hope we get some customers. But, sit down and try to think, why does my business need to make it past the 5-year mark? And make sure your team members know that. Their family, if they're independent contractors, all of that. They need to know what are the values. And then this kind of goes into when you're interviewing people for positions, you can see like what do they value and see if it matches what the value of the company is. And, if they're thinking like, "Oh, I'm just here, to get some money," like if your family members, "Yeah, I'm just here to make some extra money. I'm not about it," then you don't want to hire that person because they're literally only there for the money. And then there might come a certain point in time that you may not have any money or you might have to scale back and they're going to be gone. They're going to go on to the next person. So you want somebody that is going to be there for you and actually be helping your business, not taking away from it. You want to make sure, your person isn't out there just trying to steal money from your business or anything crazy like that. Like do background checks if you haven't talked to a certain family member in a while. Like really invest in resources. Now I'm going to say I'm not a hiring expert or anything like that. These are just some of the tips that I have learned, from being a virtual assistant as well as being a social media marketer and working with clients. Like you need to be able to do the same things with your family members. It's not to say like you're going to be this boss person that is like horrible or micromanaging, but it's just to make sure you have systems in place that's going to protect you and protect your family members so everybody is happy at the end of the day. You might have to have some tough conversations sometimes, like, you've done this wrong a few times, like, what do we need to do so I can help you help me basically, or what's going on, like, how come you haven't been communicating with me? You have to have those tough conversations, and then sometimes if it's just not working, you gonna have to let them go and be like, I love you, but this isn't gonna work. So depending on who you are, I think it's really important to be direct in any case because it just makes things easier setting boundaries, all of that from the family member you're hiring as well as from the business owner. Just be honest and make sure you have your boundaries in place so that it's a good conversation. Okay. Okay, so we have thumbs up from Anthony. Great tips, sis. Having SOPs and regular communication is key to the success of a business and your friendship with that family member or friend. That's so true because you can grow a stronger relationship with your family members as well when everything is just flowing. And so I also want to drive this point home as well too. Like it is going to be extremely hard for your family members that are helping your business to help your business if you don't have systems in place. So, if you're scrambling trying to do something or you can't find, that particular email that you kind of want to copy and then send it to somebody else, like a different customer, you need to be able to make templates. So that way your family member could just go in and, copy and paste, insert the person's name just to make things a little bit easier. If you don't even know what you want, if you don't know your vision of your business or none of that, I would just suggest kind of like pausing on trying to hire a bunch of people and just try to, understand the basic core of your business. How does your business function? How do you serve customers? All of that, because if you bring people into confusion, it's going to be a tough time and they're going to want to charge you more money because they're somewhere stressed out because they don't understand how you are supposed to be running your business. You're kind of just all over the place. You need to be able to have organization before you add somebody on. So I wanted to make sure that that part was abundantly clear. You want to make sure that you have systems in place. Also, think about getting gifts for your family members if they're working on your business. Something that is very thoughtful, something I like to do for my friends is I try to give them particular gifts based on something that I know that they'll like. So something I'll do is I'll talk to them at like a different time of the year. I don't wait until like it's getting close up. Like I talk way back in advance and like just through conversations, different things that you pick up, something that they may want to do, learning your family members' aspirations, their dreams. What do they want to do? Maybe one day you'll take them on a company trip, to Costa Rica and you guys work outside or you bond and you do things together. Maybe you give them, a brand new car or something like that. That's kind of a big gift, but I'm just trying to like start the wheel, start the gears. Like think about getting gifts for your clients or getting gifts for your family members as well, or your team members, I should say. Anybody that's a team member, just try to make working there better for them. And sometimes you need to be in different environments to inspire each other, and they may come to you with a plan that they have to propel your business forward. Listen to it. And that's what I would say too. Listen to your family members as well, like for their feedback or if they have any ideas. Don't just be like, do this, do this, do this, and boom. Don't treat them like clones because they'll leave. It's not a healthy relationship. All of this I'm sharing is, how to essentially build a great connection with each other. When you build a great connection with your team members, they'll want to do more for you. Having team, huddles, uh if somebody, meets a certain metric, like congratulating them, have an employee of the month or contractor of the month, something like that, just so people notice that they are being appreciated. That is something that I would definitely say is really important. Yes, sis. I will be hiring you, Lord willing. She said a car. Yeah, you never know. Business may be huge. Be like, here, take this, buy this, get yourself something nice. But yes, just being willing and being open, that is the best thing that you can do for your business. Does anybody have any questions? Let me go to my notes to make sure we are okay. Hmm. Just want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. Inbox. Let's see. Yep, so I will put some resources below as well of what helped me. And thank you for joining me today. I hope this was valuable. If you found it to be valuable, please share it with your network, especially somebody that is looking to hire team members. Again, happy National Entrepreneurship Day, and I'll see you in a new video, Lord willing.